Hi, authors. So we're back again with more signs of underdeveloped writing. So we have two more left. So we're gonna do both of those in this video. So we talked about repetitive use of certain words. We talked about excessive filler words. We talked about run-on sentences. We talked about unrealistic dialogue. We talked about excessive dialogue tags. We talked about glaring plot holes. We talked about character name changes throughout the book. We talked about explaining every move a character makes or every detail of their surroundings and trying to condense those and make them the most critical. The next one, or the second to last one, is major shifts in a character's personality for no valid reason for the shift. So sometimes we might have genuine reasons why a character will suddenly switch it up all of a sudden. Sometimes that's part of the plot where the character will suddenly, like, you thought that they were the nice person, now they're like a villain or whatever, or you thought that they were the villain and then now it turns out that they were actually the one helping you the whole time. So those things do happen in a story, but we have to make them natural. Like we can't make it where this person's like a total jerk the entire thing and then now they're nice all of a sudden, or they're a totally nice person and now they're just this evil, villain that is putting a gun to your head or something. It has to be subtle signs, not signs that are like obvious to where, like, okay, yeah, this person's obviously the villain, but muddy up the waters a little bit. So if you know that this character for sure is going to have some kind of change later on down the line in the story, muddy up the waters somewhere in a few places throughout the story to make it like it could go either way with this character. And if you do that, then at least the reader will see that, okay, I wasn't expecting this person to change their personality, but now that I look back, oh, when they did that, it really meant this, and when they did that, it really means this. So like add subtle cues, basically showing that this character is going to have some kind of change. Now, it's going to be kind of difficult to do this, but that's where creativity comes into mind, etc., etc. So like, how would you sneakily add in that detail that this person is going to change later on, without like making it obvious? So it's one of those things. And then the very last one is tacked on endings. This one kind of relates to the character shift, except it has more to do with the plot of the story as a whole. So if you have a story that's flowing one way and then the ending is just like, boom, this huge explosion, and there was no build up to that explosion, and it was like something that doesn't even seem like it fits with the story, readers will be able to tell that. So we have to make sure that when we're writing a story, even if it's like going to be some major plot twist, major plot reveal or whatever, just like how we said with the characters, there have to be subtle signs throughout the story that this major plot twist is going to happen. It has to be something that somebody says, something that somebody did, something in a setting, some kind of flashback. It has to be something that is a subtle sign that something could go awry, basically. So it can't just be like the story's flowing this one way and then boom, now it's going in the opposite direction. It has to be some kind of sign that it's going to end up being that way. And that could be a delicate dance for an author. So that could be something that could be very difficult, like, because you don't want to like, one of the main things that readers have a tendency to hate is stories that are predictable. So authors might be like, well, if I tell them what's going to happen, I'm being predictable. But you don't have to necessarily, say at the end, this is going to happen. It could be just something as simple as a conversation that occurs. And then like there's subtleties in that conversation where you're including something that makes a person have a question in their mind, but then also make the question something that's questionable. So like, no, they're not like that. I like this character or whatever. But then at the end, it really is like that this huge plot twist occurs. So just make sure that there's subtle signs for character shifts, subtle signs for plot shifts, and we'll be all right. So I think that's the end of my signs of underdeveloped writing. But if you have any more signs that you would like to share, feel free to put them below. Also, if you have any suggestions or questions, feel free to put them below. Talk to you later.